Did you always want to be a star?
I wouldn't say... it depends what... an entertainer. It's in me blood.
You were a little show-off, really, weren't you?
Oh, complete show-off. Yeah. Well, I was one of 5.
And where do you come in the
4.
pack?
So it was always kind of my way of saying, I'm here, showbiz, jazz hands, hi. Hi, guys. And me brothers and sisters were always like, dance for me friends, or go and run and do and jump into the splits, and I would do it. And I was like, I was the show-off, and I think I found really early on that entertaining people was really fun.
And did you like that feeling of being able to make people laugh and applaud
love it.
you? And...
Yeah. First of all, I was really energetic, so I loved the feeling it gave me dancing as well. But to see somebody enjoying it, that's a great feeling. And I think I discovered that really, really early on.
Did it make you ambitious? Were you hungry for fame and success?
Success.
Everyone says that. Don't you really, when you're young, want to be famous?
No, it never really... Famous. Fame for me, actually, is defined by success. I wouldn't just want to be known, a known person. If fame is you're known for something you're successful at. And I love the feeling of self-achievement. So pushing yourself to the limit and feeling that feeling of achievement, like when I bought my first car. I remember getting in it and thinking, wow.
How much was it?
I'll keep that to myself.
I didn't realise you'd attended the Royal Ballet School when you were like 9 years old. But you left quite quickly. What happened there?
I actually went to audition for it.
There you are.
I actually remember that day like
So even
yesterday.
then, that is a showbiz grin. I'm sorry, it is.
No, I went to audition for it and we couldn't afford the scholarship to go. Actually, really ironically, the Daily Star paid for me to go.
Really?
Yeah.
So without the tabloid press, you'd be nowhere, would you?
This is actually very true. No, it is true.
At the Royal Ballet School, were they a bit snooty to you?
This was the first time I ever felt class. Because I never knew anything different. You go to somewhere like that, and there's a lot of wealth and a lot of higher class than you. And
Privileged.
Privileged.
Did you feel a bit of an outsider?
Complete outsider. Completely.
But did you also feel that you were as good as them, but you weren't getting a fair crack of the whip?
It's almost like it overshadowed how I felt about dance, because I felt so out of place. So when I was dancing, it felt great, but it made us realise that actually, I don't want to be amongst this.
See, part of your appeal, I'd say, is your ordinariness in many ways. Did you see yourself that way?
I still sometimes feel like I just moved down to London for a bit. It doesn't feel...
You still feel a proper, fully-fledged Geordie?
I am.
You haven't called me Pet yet.
I always will. We'll get there, Pet.
What I heard about you from your old Newcastle days is that you could be a bit feisty.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate way of describing the young Cheryl?
I think describing me still.
You don't suffer fools. People take you on, you'll fight a corner.
Yeah, of course. That's how I was brought up. That's how I was raised. That's what I was taught to do and to be like, and it's how I am.
Have you had many fights?
Couple.
Yeah. Normally win?
I'll give it my best shot.
How many times have you actually, like, clenched your fist and just gone...
To a person? I'd like to do it to you.
We've established that you're feisty, but how have you used that feistiness to get where you are today?
By the time she was 19, Cheryl had already tried her hand at child modelling and ballet dancing in her quest for fame.
Cheryl was such a funny little character. She was singing, dancing, 2-year-old. It was just the next step from where she was going all her life.
When TV talent show Pop Stars The Rivals came to town, Cheryl saw the opportunity she'd really been looking for, to sing.
You're Cheryl.
Yeah.
Tweedy. Where are you from?
Newcastle.
If you watch that first performance, you can tell by her demeanour that she's not taking any prisoners.
Ready? Sometimes it's wrong to walk away.
As far as she was concerned, she was already in the group.
Suddenly the moment's gone, and all your dreams are upside down, and you just want to change the way the world goes round.
There was no question to me that this girl would make it.
Baby, baby, since first we met, I knew
Cheryl sailed through the elimination shows.
I remember thinking she had such a warm personality, and I think her dimples are so cute that I thought, oh.
Cheryl was first to make it into the band.
Cheryl.
She jumped up like a football hooligan and punched the air and went, yes, come on!
I screamed like a lunatic. You couldn't control. I was up, down, sit down. I couldn't. I was just jumping all over the place.
Girls Aloud were born.
Cheryl is like the older sister I never had, and I'm like the younger sister that she never had. So we have that kind of relationship, which is lovely.
There was one girl in that group that wanted Girls Aloud to succeed more than all the others. Cheryl would have literally fought anybody who didn't think they were going to win. And I mean that.
Girls Aloud's first single went straight to the top of the charts. They quickly became the biggest girl band in Britain, and Cheryl in particular proved a big hit with the press. When she hooked up with Premiership footballer Ashley Cole in August 2004, the couple were quickly dubbed the new Posh and Becks. 2 years after their first date, the happy couple married in a lavish ceremony. She wore a £100,000 dress. The Chihuahua Buster wore a matching Diamante suit. It was the relationship that was to define her.
When did you first set eyes on Ashley?
I met him a few times. We lived in the same complex. I knew he played football and that was about it, and he was really shy. Painfully shy, that's all I knew. Didn't know, he wasn't one of those people that let you know his character straight away.
So when was the first time you actually spoke to him?
It mustn't have been that memorable.
Well, it was for him. Apparently his first words to you were, "Hey, hot lips, nice bum." He's got a point. And that was, I think, because you lived in the same area. You lived in the same block, didn't you? Sort of.
Yeah, we lived in the same area, the same block.
You can't remember the first time you talked to him?
Not the first time I talked to him. I remember that incident.
What was your reaction to, "Hey, hot lips, nice bum"?
Piss off. I don't like stuff like that.
Did you think he was a bit flash, typical kind of footballer with that kind of chat?
Not really. I didn't. I just thought, oh, get me out of this road quick. It's really embarrassing when there's a group of I think I was dragging a Hoover. I was dragging a Hoover from Kimberley's to ours. So I think I just thought, get me out of this road quick.
When was the first date? I mean, how did he go about this, given this poor start?
God, I really should know this. We just got to know each other. We exchanged numbers.
I read you wouldn't give him your number for a while. You had to
Yeah.
be very persistent and get it through a friend.
Yes.
Where do you go on your first date? Do you remember that?
His house, because we couldn't go, you know, given his status, and I was a member of Girls Aloud. It would have just been,
Did he cook for you?
you're joking, aren't you?
What did you get, pizza? I mean, how does this work when you're two massive stars in an apartment?
I think just on the first day, you drink wine.
Just wine. And what did you think of him?
I thought he was great. Sensitive. A good person, just a nice guy.
You start going out, and then it gets out, goes public, and it's like a bomb's gone off. It's like the ultimate tabloid love fest. Hot pop star, hot England soccer star, boom. What's it like to be in the middle of that when it goes off?
I've never actually thought about that. It's your relationship.
You're going from these secret assignations that nobody
Yeah.
knows about when it's all sweet
But
and
we
nice.
knew as soon as we were seen in public, people were going to know, and that's a conscious decision that we made. Once we said, okay, we want this relationship to work, then you can't sit in a flat for the rest of your life.
On the
We
first
just wanted to go out like any other normal couple, like you do when you start dating. And I think we went to a nightclub. It was after an award ceremony for me, so I just met him there and then I left. And somebody saw us in there. It wasn't the end of the world. We're not doing anything wrong. We loved each other.
Well, single woman, single guy.
So what?
And were you in love with him by then?
Probably thought I was, yeah.
He'd already declared his love for you by then.
Had he? You know
Apparently-
more than I do.
I know a lot. I wrote most of it.
And that's where the problem lies.
He apparently told friends, or you told friends, that he turned green when he told you he loved you.
I don't know, Piers.
Had you been in love before?
I thought, well, you think so, don't you?
How many times have you thought you're in love?
I feel like I always love the person I'm with then. You know? That's life.
So how many? I
What
don't
are
know
you
how-
asking specifically here?
I'm just curious. I'm curious as to how many times you've been in love. It's not the Spanish Inquisition. It's just like, you know.
Feels like it. How many times have you been in love?
Well, I'll tell you if you tell me. You loved Ashley.
Of course.
You said since that you'd never been in a relationship where you'd been treated so like a princess. Is that accurate? Is that what you really felt about it?
Yeah, of course. Like there wasn't any worries. Like we were meant for each other.
Why did you think he was the one?
God, Piers. Do you really want to know all this stuff?
I really want to know.
Why?
I just don't think somebody like you would fall in love and marry a complete idiot.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate. And you know, apart from the obvious, he never tried his bad. He's not a bad. Yeah. Why the GS? What is this about?
Well, it's personal for you, isn't it? I know that.
Yes.
And you don't normally talk about this kind of thing. And it's, you know, it was the defining relationship of your life so far.
And do you know what it is for me? It's not me past. It's very much me present. I'm still a person. I'm still getting divorced. I'm still... It hurts. It's embarrassing. It's life.
Do you still love him?
There's part of us I'll always love him, of course. big part of my life. And I love his family. And I love what we had.
Do you think he still wants you back?
I don't think he ever wanted to let her go.